For today, we get Hoodie John again because my hair is fucked up. And if you don't believe me, it's fucked. But for today, I wanted to talk about the recent cancellation of Jimmy Kimmel's show. And because there's kind of like a mixed narrative going on there, as we don't know if this was like a reason for censorship or it was because it was convenient due to like the lack of money and ratings and views that his show was getting. It's a weird situation, so I don't really want to comment on that. Oh, cameo. I want to talk about the broad idea of cancel culture. More so, it was liberals canceling conservatives. We saw that happen during COVID with any discussion or a contrary opinion to the vaccine was shut down. We saw people who were fired from their jobs for using the wrong pronoun. And I vehemently disagreed with it then, and I still disagree with cancel culture now, and I want to explain why. When I heard the news about Kimmel's show being canceled and taken off the air, I was really conflicted about how I felt about it. Because on one side, I can relate to the opinion that what he said when there was already this ongoing provable narrative, he was not a MAGA shooter. Almost all the evidence to the contrary showed that this was not the case, but he still decided to say it. That's number one. And my reason for being conflicted about that is because mainstream media and the news have gotten away with just outright lying for a long time. I understand there's an argument to be made where he is a late night show host. Man Show is way better, by the way, and that he shouldn't be treated as such. He's a comedian, basically, is the argument. But the angle I want to come at this with is that I don't think this is good for either side, and I'll explain why. Free speech is the last tool that we as citizens and even comedians have to exercise criticism of the government. In my opinion, the cancellation of his show as a broader idea and silencing political discourse from the other side is just a tool that will be used by whoever is in power at the time. And we've seen that. This weapon has literally been handed off from the liberals when they were in power during the Biden administration to now the Trump administration, who is using the assassination of Charlie Kirk to wield this weapon against dissenting voices. And I disagree with that vehemently. If we are going to continue holding people accountable for lying or celebrating tragedies, which seem to be the 2 points that are being raised against Jimmy Kimmel and why they're justifying for canceling, in my opinion, this should be used unilaterally. After thinking about it for a couple of hours, it just completely made sense. It's like, okay, if we're going to start canceling people and holding people accountable for spreading false narratives, for celebrating for political tragedies because it happened to the other side, then this should be made into a law, or at least there should be a sentiment in the public where this is applicable to both sides. Hold everyone accountable. No more lies on the air and no more escalating rhetoric on the air on TV. Period. To me, that's the fairest way to do it, and it also serves to de-escalate tensions that we have right now. The reason why politics has become so escalated and the rhetoric is escalated is because we're just allowed to sling shit at each other on mainstream television, on the internet, wherever you go about it. These trusted news sources, whether it's independent media or mainstream media, they're both basically doing the same thing. And I will have another video that covers this topic. I'm currently working on it, but after the firing of Jimmy Kimmel, I would say this kind of takes precedence there. But that in the end, that is my opinion, is that if we're going to continue this trend of cancel culture, fine. Let it happen. Silence dissenting voices, but let me rephrase. Silence voices that are lying or celebrating tragedy, but apply it to everyone. Hold both sides accountable. This is the way that we can not only de-escalate rhetoric, but also maybe have some sense of coming together for a common goal. If you disagree with this opinion, let me know in the comments. I know might be kind of like a contentious topic right now, as it seems like it's either one or the other situation. Either people are celebrating the fact that the right is getting back at the left, or that this is an attack on free speech. And based on my prior opinion, I would say I I can sympathize with both things. The right for too long was held accountable for things that were subjective to the left's moral compass, which, in to go off on another tangent, that has been my whole problem with cancel culture in a nutshell, is that there's not really any law or basis for this. This is just based on everyone's subjective feeling and impulse deciding what can and can't be said. And I hate to say it, but as much as hate speech is a problem, well, hate speech, I should say in quotations, or discourse or verbiage that you might not like is not a problem, as long as it is not an active threat, a call to violence, or anything inciting violence. I honestly don't see the problem. I might not even like it either, or someone might say something that I disagree with, but that is your right under the Constitution to say that, to say what your opinion is. But again, tangent over. If you have any thoughts or opinions, or if you agree or disagree, feel free to comment, and please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you and have a great day. Take care and be safe.